Hello, all 13 of you. Today I'm going to be responding to a campaign that was put out by York University in which they had a message about binge drinking, more specifically not to do it. I actually didn't see a big issue with the campaign, but I did find out about this through BuzzFeed News. Yes, that is right. BuzzFeed News is renowned for its quality content. When I think of BuzzFeed, I think it's the pinnacle of success and creativity, okay? Every single time I come to this website, I am just in awe at the raw quality of the content that I see produced on here. You know, they're known for their hard-hitting analysis on politics. They're known for their fantastic, not at all fucking retarded quizzes, okay? I take those things non-ironically. I sit down every day when I come home and I say, I wonder what fucking Disney character I am based on the fucking chair that I sit in, okay? It's beautiful. It's wonderful. But today, we're going to be talking specifically about this anti-binge drinking campaign because apparently some people had problems with it.
Ocean man, take me by the hand.
Alright, let's take a look at this this victim-blaming message for women right here. It says, it's not just about keeping an eye on your drink, but how much you drink. Don't try to keep up with the guys. Yeah. That is the campaign that caused controversy to these people. I'm 100% sure the only reason why is because there's a direct comparison between men and women right here. But let's dive in a little bit deeper. Let's see where the real issue stems from. Okay, so first off, the thing I want to point out is the little caption they put above this picture. The ad also has a mock-up of an Instagram post with the hashtag binge drinking. You know, like the kids do. I don't know why BuzzFeed is being so fucking snarky about this. I understand this is supposed to be like, oh, these adults, they're so out of touch with the younger generation. But like, I've literally seen this shit on my Instagram feed, which is, it's like, you know, college age people, right? I've seen a picture that looks almost exactly like this with a hashtag that is almost exactly like that. I don't know why the fuck they're sitting here complaining like, oh, this is, young people don't understand our generation. It's fucking stupid. I need to get that off my chest before I delve into the meat of this controversy. Okay, so afterwards, on the next picture, we scroll down. We see, you know, some people on Twitter, they have an issue with this. We see from Claire Van Nierop, I don't know how to pronounce that fucking name. She says, how on earth was this campaign approved at York Region Government? Paying for ads, shaming young women, and victim blaming. Period. Assertive. We see, wow. 9 retweets, 19 likes. I'm glad we really got this hard-hitting analysis from someone as important as Claire Van Nierop. I don't know how to pronounce that fucking name. I'm not going to try. But as you can see, BuzzFeed they're actually really going into the meat of the issue right here. They're pulling out the sources, you know, they're pulling out the big guns here. We're seeing Claire Van Nierop, you know, the way that she attacks this ad is, I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful the way that she just goes into this. Okay, so this right here, this was really the nail in the coffin for me that made me decide I wanted to make this shit, because right here above another picture of this campaign, they decided they had to explain why this is offensive. And that, to me right there, that's a dead giveaway that maybe this shit isn't actually that offensive if you need to explain it to people why. I think something that is genuinely offensive, you should be able to see it and be like, okay, wow, I get it. Because, like, I don't know, me personally, I don't get offended by pretty much anything. I say the worst stuff ever. I'm ethically retarded. So let's just read this. To lay it out, the message is that it's a woman's responsibility to make sure her drink isn't drugged, and also to make sure she doesn't drink too much. The consequences aren't specified, but many interpreted the message to be about sexual assault. Boy! Alright, so I'm going to break this down from top to bottom, starting with the it's not a woman's responsibility to make sure her drink isn't drugged. I see this shit all the time, and I hate this argument so much because I don't think this is a victim blaming. I think telling someone that it's, you know, I don't think people ever say it's your responsibility, but I think it is definitely a step you can take to prevent this from happening, or at least to lower the chances of this happening, is checking your drink, right? If you walked into a room and before you went into that room, someone told you that there was a 1 in 40 chance of someone throwing a fucking rock at your head, I guarantee you a good portion of you are going to go in there with a fucking helmet on. Even though it's going to make you look, you know, maybe a little stupid, maybe it's not the ideal situation. What's better, okay? What's better, wearing a helmet or getting a fucking concussion and being, like, unavailable for like months, possibly years, you know, get like a serious concussion. It's a big fucking rock, okay? People are going to wear the helmet. Okay, people aren't saying, well, you have to wear the helmet. People aren't saying it's your fault the rock is going to fall on you. People are saying, look, we got some helmets. We got some rocks. The next sentence here, and also to make sure she doesn't drink too much. I thought this was equally as fucking stupid, because, like, whose responsibility is that? Whose responsibility is it to make sure that you don't drink too much? I don't know why they're treating this like this is a specific attack on women, okay? Obviously, this ad is targeted at women, but there is a reason. Because women, the way that women and men metabolize alcohol is different. Generally, because women weigh less, alcohol, you know, like 5 drinks on a 125-pound woman is going to have more of an effect than 5 drinks on a 250-pound man. That's fucking basic science. That's the way that it works. Obviously, there's probably exceptions, but in general, women take in alcohol more effectively than men do. And that's like, I hate this argument that it's like, well, it's not your responsibility to drink too much. Like, so much shit can go wrong if you drink too much, if you don't know your own limits. Like, it's not even about just being raped. There's so many other bad things that can happen. I don't know why they're expecting, like, some fucking Jeeves to come out with his top hat and his pipe and like, oh, yes, Samantha, you've drank too much alcohol, you need to stop. Like, that doesn't happen in real life, okay? You need to fucking control yourself. You need to control how much you drink, or you're going to face consequences. Getting your drink drugged is something that I don't think you are at fault for that. Even though there are steps you can do to make that chance lower, I personally don't believe you are the one at fault for that. But drinking too much, you are 100% at fault for that. You are the one who's putting these drinks in their mouth, and you are the one who is deciding to drink this much. So this is not anybody else's responsibility. And don't try to keep up with the guys is a reasonable statement. I don't see any problem with this. And now they're talking about how York Region was quickly called out for victim blaming. We're getting these, again, like the woman above whose name I cannot pronounce. BuzzFeed is hitting us again with some quality sources, some outspoken people who are known to speak out against these issues and who have a real following, like 1-800-PUNCH-A-NAZI. 12 retweets, 22 likes. Wow. Absolutely incredible. Hard-hitting. She knows how to get to the bottom of this, and her opinion holds weight. Let's go down. Ian Boyko with that cute little star beside his name. That's adorable. He says, bullshit. Let's spend ad dollars on promoting consent, not sexist nonsense that puts a responsibility on women not to get assaulted. 10 retweets, 26 likes. Once again, we are making more assumptions, and we are looking to be offended. That's what all these people are doing. My problem with this is that BuzzFeed is treating this like there was this enormous wave of backlash, and that, you know, the people responding to this were all people who were, you know, like there was weight, that there was gravity that was tied down to this. But every single one of these tweets that they are highlighting, showing this incredible backlash, there's like 30 people at max who are liking this tweet. Like, I think that kind of says something about the reality of the situation and how people don't really give a shit about this ad, because I don't really think it's that unrealistic. I don't think it's that offensive. I don't think it's offensive at all, but I think people are looking to be offended, because as we all know, the best way to get shit done is to be a victim. Everybody knows that, okay? Even if we scroll down a little bit, we see, you know, Lindsay, this is disgusting and you should be embarrassed. People talking about how the keeping up with the guys part hasn't gone well. And literally, like, they don't show any tweets for this. They don't show anybody complaining about this part. Right? They just show the tweet itself. And they talk about, after a wave of backlash, how York responded to the campaign. And the fucking nail in the coffin is what they put in their response, okay? This campaign was primarily targeted to women because we want to raise awareness that even when women drink the same amounts as men, women would absorb and metabolize alcohol differently. Women are at a greater risk for alcohol-related harm because they often weigh less, have more fat tissue, less water in their bodies, and lower levels of enzymes that break down alcohol. And my problem with this is that I don't even think it's really a story, because after this, they just talk about how they apologized. They didn't talk about how this was actually offensive. They took like 4 people's tweets about this and they made it seem like it's a big issue. And this is something that I see all the time with BuzzFeed that really kind of pisses me off a little bit, is they take these things and they blow them up out of proportion. Like on Twitter, they were talking about, oh, you know, this shit happened, and people are freaking out about it. And there's 4 tweets. We got fucking Janet from New Jersey and her 3 friends are tweeting about this, and they're like, oh my god, people are freaking out about this. Which I don't know, man. This stuff is very irritating to me. Alright, so my final thoughts on this. I think that this whole thing is a complete shit show, and I think it's stupid. I don't really know how, like, actually how serious or important this was, but I'm looking at these tweets, and it's from less than a week ago, and this, you know, the article has 170,000 views, and it's completely fucking bizarre to me that people are making a big deal out of this, because people are ignoring basic scientific facts, and they're creating a narrative which isn't even, like, has been explicitly stated by the people who made the campaign that that is not the message they were trying to convey. And I think the problem with this message is that people are, they take it and they look for ways to get offended. People do this all the time now. They take something and they break it down, and they look at any little way for them to get offended. And I think this one was an easy target because it was a direct comparison between men and women, and it was targeted at women, which, who fucking cares, man? Who cares that this is targeted at women? Because it's something that's actually true, something that I have seen. I've seen this person with my own two eyes. When a friend of mine who's a girl is trying to keep up with a friend of mine who's a guy and is drinking, and she's getting fucking trashed, and my friend, he's just kind of, he's chilling there, you know, he's not really that different, because people in college, they drink. Alright, people do this stuff. It's a reality, is that people are going to try and keep up with someone on drinks for some stupid competition or whatever. And I think this is actually a real message that has some weight to it. I think it actually makes a reasonable point. But I don't like that people are taking this and they're fucking twisting it. They're making this seem like it's a victim blaming thing, which it's not. It was not intended to be that. And I'm also pissed that York removed this and they suspended this, because I'm sad of these big corporations instantly giving in. I understand there's a reason for it. I know exactly why they did it, and honestly, if I was in that situation, I probably would have done the same thing, because it's what you have to do when you're in a spot like that, when you're the PR people. But I hate that this is the path that it had to go down, and I don't like that this is kind of the reality now, is that enough people complain about something that isn't really an issue, and it's gone.